Today we are going to talk about the compatibility between a Sagittarius Capricorn Cusp and another Sagittarius Capricorn Cusp, or as I prefer to call them, sagicorns. Sagicorns get extremely close and connected when they date. It can actually be a little overwhelming. Insecurities can really get in the way if you're not careful, and you need to work on your confidence. You will find yourselves worrying a lot when you date. It can be stressful. Neither one of you enjoys procrastination, and you would both like how you keep each other going. Neither one of you is lazy. And that's actually really refreshing for you because you often date people who aren't as motivated or active as you are. Having a really good time is really important to you. And when you date, you usually just want to chill and have a blast. You rely on your relationships to relax and enjoy yourself. It's so important not to bottle up your emotions. It's actually really common in this dynamic where you bottle up your feelings or you're not really open about them or where you're at. You both like to take care of things and do things instead of just sitting around and talking about it. And that is huge relief. You relate to them and you have a lot of compassion for each other. You tend to be attracted to people who are more upbeat. You yourself can be pretty determined and genuine. And you tend to be attracted to people who balance out that energy, like not someone who's also serious. It can actually bog you down and it can feel like a lot. So for this to work, you need to shake it off. Try to loosen up and unwind. This relationship can be very frustrating because it's very restrained. You both tend to hold back when you're together instead of like letting go and going with the flow or encouraging each other. You both like accomplishing things, but being with each other can really intensify your feelings. You both can get really weighed down by sometimes heavy and even brutal emotions. But you need to try to not let those take over if you want this to work. You both can be over emotional and not very stable. You have that in common with them. But it also means that when they're down, they bring you down with them, or vice versa. The emotions you experience may feel more extreme. So if you both are really happy, then you might feel ecstatic. But when you're sad, you might feel tragic. It's important to give each other space. Like you get each other and you can put yourselves in each other's shoes. And when you're intimate, things can be so emotional and so deep that it actually hurts. In fact, it makes like expressing feelings feel like this enormous thing. You both often keep what you're feeling inside even when it makes you feel unfulfilled or causes bitterness. Feelings don't just disappear, they fester and rot inside you if you don't release them in a healthy way. You both have this desire to make a difference, and being with them can be very satisfying. It's actually incredibly rare for you to date another Sagicorn. So if you are in this kind of relationship, I guess congrats, because it's so like weird. Like it's so rare. Your energies don't usually like find each other. There's often this fear that once you start falling for them, you won't stop falling. And that kind of intensity can make you too afraid to take things to the next level. Depression can actually really interfere with this couple. So if you really want this to work, you may have to seek out professional help, maybe therapy, whatever it is you need to do to help with your depression. I mean, it can never hurt to get therapy. You know, I feel like that's like good advice for anyone, you know. Talk to someone. You can't rely on another Sagicorn to help you. You might find that being with them is too limiting. They would help you feel more at ease and get you out of your shell. Sex is very intimate and passionate and often emotional for this couple. You'll need to stop doubting yourself or hating yourself if you want to be with them. Like, boost your self-esteem all the time. You know how to make each other laugh. And you like the same kinds of comedy, they would have your back. If you have kids together, you can be very overbearing parents, and your kids might feel like you're being really strict, especially when it comes to parenting. You both tend to be outcasts and you don't feel like you belong, so being with each other can feel very safe. You might feel like your tempers flare up around each other. Your Sagittarius Capricorn cusp is not super unpredictable. If you have children together, your kids may not be as talkative with you. Like, they may not feel like they can express themselves freely to you. It's a lot of that Saturn energy coming from that Capricorn. I feel like it's very restrictive. Like I said, in a way, when you're together, it is restricting. And so that can project into like your family dynamic as well. You both often find your spiritual gifts together, especially as friends. Like, you might actually be very good at giving readings together. So if you both like tarot or palmistry or something like that, then you might want to try doing it together. Try working your magic together and see what that does. You both can be very fiery and passionate. You might feel the urge to explore or be more daring when you're with them. Friendships between you and another Sagicorn tend to be perfect. Like, they're amazing. And you might be the kind of person who doesn't really mind some feistiness in a partner. You might really like being kept on your toes or feeling so much passion. You might feel more courage around them. They can also really bring out your Sagittarius urge to explore. And as friends, you often develop this really powerful bond. It's almost as if you know what the other is thinking. If you feel like now they're too finicky about the little things, like, and they're always spotting problems or critiquing things or complaining, they're not the one for you. I feel like that's a major red flag for you. That is something that they need to work on without you, and it can't be done while you're dating them. So they may need that space in order to really work on themselves, and they may not be ready to be in this kind of relationship with you. So just know that that's not going to go away. Like, if you decide to commit to them and you think, oh, well, that'll rub off, or it's just immaturity or something, that's not just going to fade away. Like, it can only fade away when you aren't with them. You might feel more outgoing than usual with them. They will bring out an extroverted quality in you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are born as a Sagicorn, on the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn, then please comment below and let me know what you think. Have you dated another you or another person who shares your sign? I would love to hear about that dynamic, your experience, your story. Are you interested in someone like that, or have you thought about it? I just want to hear what your thoughts are in the comment section. I always love reading them, as long as like they're constructive to the channel, of course, you know. But yeah, definitely share with me, and yeah, bye-bye.